Greetings. We just want to convey some apologies for Tuesday. It was technical problems that we were not in control of. um, so we apologize for that, and we still have to know how to put the information out there so that it can be read, text, email, something, and on hindsight, I should have put something up in the same YouTube space, and why is all the buffering and not so much energy, because it was all about connection. Eventually someone, you would have seen it, especially those subscribers, they would have seen it saying that we have technical problem. So it's a lesson learned again, but give thanks an engineer turn up and change enough things. Yeah. I mean, we him change and bring things up to date and put some digital things in, change things. So, and that's on the connections. So we give thanks for that. So we are dealing with with the time book, yeah, and toxic racism, yes, but we're not forgetting our beloved sister, Miss Lady Leo Janet Edwards. So we're going to play some tune before we go into a program. Oh, I have to say also, give thanks to all those listeners for Friday. Yeah, when I raised in the bar for us on Fridays, I tell you, it seemed like everybody out there like Principal Selection and the way the sound. Yeah. So give thanks to that. Brian and Aliyah. Yeah. Enough apologies for all the tone twisting and putting things in the wrong way, wrong order, and all of that. So, more upset when I feel good still, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, give thanks to all those, right, who rise up for Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah. And I seem to like culture expression and principle selection, But you gotta remember, say we have bright lights here, we have high grade, we have navigator, we have postcode, you understand? And high grade I always deal with some juicing, cause I'm a juicer, and you know what I mean? So you get the green machine and African tropical green and all those things, So one day soon, God willing, all you out there will get for taste, and not just taste, because especially the ginger for all forms of inflammatory, And we're not deal with ginger beer, we are deal with ginger for help people with all the toxic problems. You understand? So, and there's other things, but in time to come, we will put that out there and people can deal with over ordering. You understand? So when we not big up the thing, we appreciate it, seriously. We appreciate it because me is a sound man from longer time. So when Principal are going with him, we, you know, he's just have me in amazement, you see, because him quick and him have a flavor, you see? Yeah, him have a flavor. So when them start make some specials and them own a business and everything, oh, England catch a fire, serious thing. Fire to cleanse all the dirtiness that about the place, you know. So it is also them say Black history, but you know what? From there, from I used to work in a school, the first 3 years, and after that we just say African history, because Black history is who, and now it's us, but who? What is it? You know, the title somewhat vague, and Africa we want to know about because the history that was shown to us and in education, the posters and everything, are for we thing. You know what I mean? The children of the slave, the captive people in the Americas and in the Caribbean, and most of the thing we had, the majority, 99.5%, right, were from America. Nothing against it. What it was showing, and it still illustrates, is what we did as people who were captured and brought to these people land and went through all persecutions. What we've never seen is the injustices. We've seen all our inventions, all our contributions, but we have not been granted and we have not found, you know, using the word Jim Crow isn't projecting the injustices and the barbaric savagery that was inflicted on our foreparents. See? That's we never got that. And it still isn't there. Right? That's why people belittle us and tell us that, you know, get over it. Get over what? You understand? So, and then little more, we're going to talk about this word diaspora. Them hijack the word diaspora, and we are saying that we are in the diaspora, but the definitions that is attributed to the name, and we capture that name, we're saying, we're dismissing, and will become dismissive of our slavery past, because it doesn't identify a captured people. It's identifying a people who have left their lands or their communities. See? But it identifies European peoples who have gone into another land and made it their own. It identifies them. You understand? And it identifies Indians as when the British separate India and made a thing called Pakistan and so on. That have nothing to do with African, right? You have to go all the way down and look and you see a thing called African state. We don't know no African state. But then when you read that, it tells you that the largest diasporans are in Brazil. And you have to ask yourself, wait a minute, who is this person, right? Which is the same person writing this thing. How is it now that you can conclude that diaspora, the word, should include us without this thing about leaving a land or your community? It's nothing about slavery, nothing about being captured, see? But when it comes down to the African state, them say diaspora, the largest African community, are peoples outside of Africa next to the United States, North America. You see what I mean? And I'm sure that some people have heard the argument without reading that. And that's how, before I left college, that was a tough reasoning. You understand? So maybe they got a snapshot of that prior to what I'm seeing today. Nevertheless, that's what he's saying. So we have to look at labeling again, I think.
I try hard to do my best to bring about words to express, to show you how much I appreciate your soothe and tenderness. But who can define soulful love? How in your mind I still can find a way to say you've got soulful love. It seems the more I have to say just keeps me further away. The most sincere thing on my mind I could never unwind. But who can define soulful love? How in your mind I still can find the way to say you've got soulful love. You've been the only girl in this world who means so much to me. I found I wanna go. I didn't know how much I needed someone like you to bring about happiness when things will do. But who can define soulful love? How in your mind I still can find the way to say they've got soulful love, soulful love. You've got soulful love, soulful love. You've got soulful love, soulful love. You've got soulful love, soulful love, soulful love. Stood along this long
Every day I give praise to the Most High.
It's hard to build a better nation with different races. When every day you awoke, there are newly faces. No godly love, but there is always a daily grace. And nothing to erase from each night's horrible traces. Yet they talk about love, they talk about love. They talk about love, 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 oh sweet love. Day in, day out, the nation cry for more power, brotherly love. But it's easier to write a story in a longer hour, brotherly love. No brotherly love, no sisterly love, for they're alone. And it took a miracle to put love into hatred. Yet they talk about love, they talk about love. They talk about love, 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 oh sweet love. Listen. Day in, day out, the nation cry for more power, brotherly love. But it's easier to write a story in a longer hour, brotherly love. No brotherly love, no sisterly love, for they're all one. And it took a miracle to put love into hatred. Yet they talk about love, they talk about love. They talk about love, 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 oh sweet love. Talk about love, talk about love, yeah. Talk about love, talk about love. Listen, talk about love, yeah. Talk about love, talk about love, 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 yeah, Do you love with all of your heart, just for a day? Do you steal kisses just for a thrill, then run away?
Every day
Betty,
I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
do you love with all of your heart, just for a day? Do you steal kisses just for a thrill, then run away? When you left, you've done a terrible thing. These are the words of the prophet. Live for today and love for tomorrow is the wisdom of a fool. And when you love, you shall not say the Lord is in my heart. You shall say I'm in the heart of the Lord. And when he assigns you to his sacred vow, fear not, for ye shall not be burned. His love is to melt you like a rippling brook. You shall know no pain or too much tenderness, you shall know love. So be good, little children, give all your love faithfully, faithfully. And we be blessed, little children, by the prophet.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over, watch over I.
Looking back, I never knew I would lose you, but now I find myself lost and all alone. Oh, if life would show us what tomorrow brings, I know within I wouldn't break the rules to make a sin, but I'm a lonely man. Yes, yes, I am a lonely man. My friends, they say you never know a good thing until you lose it. You build her up, then you put her down. Oh, if life would show us what tomorrow brings, I know within I wouldn't break the rules to make a sense, but I'm a lonely man. Yes, I am a lonely man. I remember the time we shared. There's no one to compare. My thoughts of you have no ending. I would rather die than lose this feeling. Come back, darling. But I'm a lonely man. Yes, I am. Friends, they say you never know a good thing until you lose it. You build her up, then you put her down. Oh, if life would show us what tomorrow brings, I know within I wouldn't break the rules to make a sense, 'cause I'm a lonely man. Yes, I am a lonely man. I can't do without you. No, no, I can't. Come back, baby. Come back. Come back, baby. Come back. Yes, I'm a lonely man. If you have to get on the bus, if you have to take the train, if you have to take a plane, but come back, baby. I need you. You got to come back. Come back, baby. You got to come back. Come back, baby. You got to come back. Come back, because I'm
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
sunshine, blue skies. Please go away. My girl has found another and gone away.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I.
The road is rough with many a winding turn that leads us to knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry on. He ain't a heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he would love and comfort me. He ain't a heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. If I'm laden and low, if I'm laden with sadness, that everyone heart isn't filled with the gladness, with love for one another. It's a long, long road. A long, long road.
Every day I give praise to the Most High.
I look in the mirror hanging on the wall. The smile on my face really tells it all. When I see the smile coming
Watch over I. King Selassie I, Ababa John I. Watch over I.
Things we all can see, that most of us, mother and father, doesn't get it. Things we all can see, that most of us, parents, doesn't get it. We're living in a world of hatred, war, and poverty. Black man, you better know yourself. Black man, it's time you know yourself. Too much killing, too much fussing and fighting on this land. We better know ourselves. Black man, it's time you know yourself. Black man, you better watch yourself. Love one another like sister and brother. Love one another each day. Too much killing, we better cut it out. Too much killing, we better get it out. It's time when we should know that our day will come when our man shall be against the wall. Wicked ones gonna fall on that day, on that day. Black man, you gotta know yourself. Black man, you better be good. You better be good. You better be good and love everyone. Give thanks, O Lord God, Jah. Give thanks, O Lord. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Be like an angel. Let your voice be heard. Let your heart be pure and true. 'Cause every little thing you do, Jah is watching you. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be like an angel. Don't envy your brother. Live good with one another. Whoa. Be like an angel in the sun. Solomon. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Let your heart be pure and true. 'Cause every little thing you do, Jaja is watching you. Be like an angel. Be like all the shepherds. Oh, be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Be like an angel. Let your voice be heard. Let your heart be pure and true. 'Cause every little thing you do, Jah is watching you. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be like an angel. Don't envy your brother. Live good with one another. Whoa. Be like an angel in the time. Be like the wisest man called Solomon.
Yes, it's true. We need to be like that wise one called Solomon. You see? So, we are witness Nero in United States of America are going very hostile. But the drama will lead somewhere. You just have to stay focused. Yeah, I tell you. If anything like that did happen on the continent in Africa, why would I hear them? You see? But anyway, keep your eyes peeled on Nero. When I have to remember that Emperor Nero, you know, him did lose himself. I thought Emperor Nero of Rome, he did lose himself. And when him start feeling lonesome now, and he wasn't no kind of like tough man, him conjure up an idea of many of his ideas, you know, and him start behave a certain way. And then him concocted this idea on him balcony and just look out on the city. So it's written. And from that, the people was, some peoples were enjoying them, it seemed to him that they were enjoying themselves because there was enough laughter and everything, giggling and yeah. And them just sight this thing in them head to burn the city down. Yes, to burn it down and then rebuild it, and it would carry his initials. And then they would see him as a more than Caesar. He would become a god. Because they had a great fascination for Kemet. and the pharaohs and the statue, the kind of mental capacity that the Egyptians them had, and their persona and everything. So Rome, throughout the history, you find say a jealousy, they wanted to be like. You understand? Yeah. So Nero burned down the place because he felt he lost favor with people, and there's nothing that he could do that made that him feel the people them would have been worshipping him. You understand? So this one here now, you have to watch him carefully. You see? You have to watch him carefully. But here the toxic attitude. And I see what racism, the toxic level of racism. And our children, our generations has been traumatized and stigmatized, you see, and mentally abused by such a behavior. It doesn't lend to motivation in education one iota. It's discouraging. It has psychological effects on people. But the people is us. Or the peoples are us. It's very damaging. So if you all can understand how these things work, and poverty comes out of that. Unemployment, mass unemployment is derived out of that. Hostility, carnage, total despair. No illusions, just feel totally distracted. It is what we have been experiencing and our children has been experiencing over years. What confidence a person have leaves them. Now them have to find a gear called survival. And the same forces that is traumatized is now the same forces that entrap many of our young people into vices. But look at us. What provisions do we have to sidetrack those distractions? What provisions? And we're resourceful. Every human being is a resource. But it would seem like we haven't got the thought process, or the courage. And we are capable. But I tell you, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, our life is not amusement and play. We have to recognize that totally. Because not we will keep seeing other communities, other people, other ethnic bodies functioning, whilst we are dysfunctional. And there's been years and years and years of that. We're focused on what other people have, what other people are doing. Because we can see them. But that shows that we don't see ourselves. But it also signifies that we know that we need, that we have needs, and we know what our needs should be. But our ambassadors, our alleged independent island ambassadors, help us not. And we don't focus on these things. We need to focus on why is it that we become powerless. We're not effortless, we are powerless. And others are not abused and are powerless like us. But don't get it twisted about the power, because we're not talking about boxing or running. We're not talking about flexing muscles. Nah, we're talking intellectual power, economical use. We're talking about proficiencies. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about who scored how much goals and which set of people is on which team. Because if we had power, when the racism did I lick them, did they recognize us before that? Did we recognize them before that? Have they recognized the journey that our children and we are going through? Do they share some of that collateral, let alone the toxic racism? Do they decide not to move a muscle? You see, vision is very important. Since George Floyd, some type of bravery assert many people. And just to show ourselves how certain fags work, or some of us work, anything that seems to be popular for the second, whether it's a piece of garment, with a shoe, a hairstyle, or slang, we dare upon it. But Raheem Sterling and others were abused, racially abused and offended. They weren't boycotting, they weren't walking off pitch. They met the people, them scared them. And we helped them because we not sure them that we're there for them too. So now look what happened. George Floyd and everybody take a knee. Everybody wear some Life Matters shirts and this and that. See? And now we have some people over here, black ones, like some British, African, Caribbean, British, I say, this thing are going too long. Because their bosses are saying, hold on a minute, we don't want them to get too strong in their minds, you know. So the quicker this thing stops, we can move on. And these fellas are saying, it's our last time now, let's move. What's it doing? You know what I mean? What's it doing? And all of that. But if someone says, stand back, and you know that these people also have militias, how the hell can you open your mouth and say, it's about time we stop this thing. It's run its course now, let's move on. And then the same people them does be ready to speak about anti-Semitism and how painful they recognize it is. You damn fool. You're going like see you don't have blood or in your flesh of body. You don't have no pain. Or you don't feel no pain. It's first yourself. And yourself mean your family and everything that's connected, which includes us. And then others after. See, the pastor them not teaching, because many of you go to church. Them people that will run up the mouth and says about time that they just stop this thing and move on. What difference is it making? What difference has it made? And they were playing football too, these same people. And they were called golly this and golly that and you this and you that and go back where you come from and blah, blah, blah. But when them help their team, the team them play for, win. And them help the national team win. And them protect the goal of their team and the same goal of the national team. They still weren't heroes. So I don't know why you're speaking like this, these guys. Now you know who you are, and many of you now know who I'm talking. They're there, and they ain't gonna have no position in the FA steer show. Them dash them away. Now they're playing football without audience. So it's our guys them supposed to be on some serious vibes. Because nobody not abuse them. Shouldn't it be so? But we need to look at it seriously. Is it only when someone has let off a stink bomb that we recognize that it's very toxic out here? Check your pastors. I'm telling you people, check your pastors. Because many of you are guided and led by your pastors. And your pastors are guided and led by that which they have in their possession and the training to which they've received. You understand? So you're always in contact and you're always defending the very toxic racial abuses. There's no two ways about it. You understand? There's no two ways about it. So that being said, try to digest it. Now, we left you last week, about John 16, 12 to 14. You know, we say not St. John, we thought John, because I don't know them have St. John and them have John. And you have John the Baptist too, so you don't know which these two Johns are, you know. If John is John the Baptist, or if St. John is John the Baptist. But they're meant to be distinctively different. I don't know. So we are say, well, I'm trying to prove a point, you know. And we must try to understand the point, because the quicker you can unravel this thing, then you will not have a man as God, and you will not have this Jesus Christ as God, and you will still try to find out who's this Jesus Christ to who is Christ, because this J has a problem. Many of our people seem to be dismissive of these things. And then we hold on to something that has no significant ties with the continent, but yet still we have people who want to, if you ask them if they put their life on it, then you see that them shun away from that. But they want to convince you by saying that their Lord and Savior, you know, died for their sins and for them to have eternal life. So them have that talk. But then you turn around and say, listen here, right? Put your life on this thing here and show me, say. And well, that's me anyway. And then you see a different tolerance, different behavior, different mindset. And it's like, why would you go there? And I'm saying, why not? You're saying that someone died for you to have life and to have it abundantly and to have it eternally. That's what you're saying. And I'm saying to you, have you seen any conditionally change since you come on this earth? And just look at where you come from, your own circumference. Have you seen any change? See? And all I'm saying is, if you're there with sacrifice, and you're saying that the sacrifice was for that purpose, and the sacrifice work, prove it. You know you can't. It's not about verbal exchanges now. Prove it. And the same people that gave you this thing is the same very people that are very mischievous, and the same people that go around killing other people, killing people, bombing people, tormenting people, taking their lands and moving people. So where's the rational thought and vision? You're in love with someone. You know, there's some people that they have a passionate, an emotional passion for either male or female. And they will treat them bad, you know. They have this strong tie, this emotional passion for a person. But they'll treat the person badly. And then they will open their stupid mouth and say how much them love the person. But they're abusing and beating that person. But yet still, they open their mouth and say how much them love that person, you know. And they know exactly what they're doing. They're architects of their own institution. I tell you. So we have our people being charmed, not by the book, you know, by the contents of the book, but being illustrated by our own people, pastors and prophets and this and that titles they give themselves, and ruining and have ruined and continue to ruin our existence. If that could just change and people just wake up and say, hold on a minute. Me drop a thing on principle and me say, if one gives thought to the fact that God said to Noah to build the ark, one, and give him a blueprint and everything on how to do it. He never just said build something and him supposed to know, because nothing like that was here already. So these are instructions, okay? Yeah, instructions, not commands, instructions. And it was aided and supported within the instructions, like a good teacher would do to his students, not a student, students. Okay. And in Noah's case, and all the prophets' cases, it does be an individual. You see? Yeah, one-on-one. And then the prophet our messenger would have to convey or show that which have received from God to his community. Yes, so it works. See it there? It's all about tutoring them. That's why these pastor people have their positions, allegedly, and they're meant to be shepherds or fishermen. But someone gave them this title. Anyhow, in receiving this command, Noah, he was then instructed to fetch pairs of all animals. Now, people, this is the 21st century with their 2020. Where would these animals, what area of this earth even know could he have gotten every species from? And please, don't come up with a Tarzan guy that makes some noise and everything, and then something I go come from Russia, China. No, stop that. There's so much logic. Somebody said to him, it's just visible. It's got to be the continent. And where that somebody say the ark finished up in Turkey, Greece, or someplace, and everybody have some mount that them say, right? We are deal with the commands, the instruction that was given, and the fact that 2 and 2 of every creature, beast on this earth, animal, had to be found, had to be gotten and put on board this ark. Now we don't hear people them turn and say, wait a minute, nah, right? And they have every right. I've in my life, I've not heard people say, nah man, no elephant, them 2 elephant and 2 rhinoceros. You're joking. You know how much weight that is? You understand? And then the size them start coming on the giraffes. And then you got, horses, elephant, right? They are big animals. And they weigh, you understand? And what? They are the rhinoceros and and so forth. So I say, well, if people just sit back and think, I have to say, wait a minute. Africa, all of this, because there can't be no Tarzan guy shouting, "Ooh," and only ever animals hear him and say, watch out, we're being called, we're being summoned. And them come from, where have you? I said, nah, man. All right, this, sir. And them go round them up. And the people are look upon him because they never see this thing before. Nobody has, including him. He was like, what am I doing? And the Lord just told him, God just tell him, follow your instructions. You understand? Now you know, so that when he was told, he also scribed along what to have some illustration to what he have to do. Because he was given sizes, measurements, diameters, everything. So I'm saying that just to say that when the European Caucasian then want to tell people that Africans never scribe, but we have enough literature. I mean, some of us are not being exposed to it, but we have, and just because the greatest volumes that is coming to recognition now in the earth is Muslim, Islamic, maybe some prejudice, serious prejudice is there. But we not care. Because we have parchment, we have papyrus, we have barks of trees, we have everything, every source there is of material. Our ancestors, some of them, have scribed on. And my son and other people's children are reading these things today, are holding them in their hands and reading and know exactly what they're reading. Yes. There's so much maths, what we call maths today, geometry, so much science, what we call science today, astrology, so much what we call astrology today, mapping out the stars, the sky. Yeah. We did those things, male and female. And we had great kingdoms, and many of their stuff are also in the collections. So it's not just Islamic. But the reason why the word Islamic was used, because there's so much volumes and verses of the Quran that we've also unearthed. Now this is Black Africa. And by its farmer, residents, nationals, but we are their children. Look at that. We, the children of the slaves from North America and in Bermuda, and in Guyana, and in Panama, we're we're having the privilege to read these tablets, these literature. Yeah. We didn't have to wait for someone else. And we didn't have to wait to say, well, we don't understand the alphabet, so we're not sure what is being said here. And then wait another 70 170 years, which we won't be here, and someone, which will be another Caucasian, tell us what they perceive the alphabet to be. Nah. Give thanks to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Fusa Arabic and Kiswahili and Amharic. May I tell you? And for our people preserving those languages and those writings and to be able to construct all of that. Yes. Should we not also be proud? But we are divided because some people are say King James and Constantine, and then the Pope. And then they want to say religion and throw that at us. Nah, we not do it that way, Star. We do it, you go Constantine, King James, Methodist, Protestant, Anglicans, what have you, and then the Pope. See? And it's all the same people. Oh, we mustn't forget Martin Luther. But we're not talking Martin Luther King, we're talking Martin Luther. We are going Germany, these places. And these are said people that dislike. These are said people in the United States of America dislike black people, dislike African people. Hey, listen, I tell you, oh boy, toxic, you know. So when I read John 16, verses 12 to 14, and you want to work out, is this Christ God? Did this Christ become God? Could a man be God? Do we still perceive God to be in the characteristics of a human being? Do we attribute to this universe, this earth, this universe, and everything that we think we can see to a man that's just like ourselves? What says you now when everything that we have and was a part of dies or have died? And then what says you now that we're not having communication, or those who believe that or think that has no communication with such to give themselves some form of happiness and avoid hatred, animosity, and death. Yes, hatred and animosity and death. No communication. Why is that? A man source God and you still ain't got no connection, no communication? Something wrong with that, because now we've evolved, human beings. We've evolved throughout the time. You see the tabulator come and start doing amazing things. Flip-flop phone comes and start doing amazing things. So, are these tools created a distorted wavelength that we cannot, and this problem that we're having now, is that part of the thing that they've created such a bad wavelength that now we have shut God out and we work with ourselves? I don't know. It's amazing how mystic one can think, because everyone has gone mystic. A man, a human, is responsible for all that happens to us, as has been happening to us. But it's strange though, because before that human came on the scene, things were happening. And then that human came on the scene. And they say, well, God sent his only begotten and beloved Son. But then they take the Son and they say the Son is God also. And then the Son was abused by man, victimized by man, then crucified by man and buried, allegedly, by man, and then rise and tell man how bad he is. But before he told man that, he's allegedly said, not to himself, but to God, forgive them who? For they know not what they have done or what they are doing. So forgive them, those who are inflicting this evil, okay? Got to be in it. Because there were peoples who didn't do anything. So for that moment, that time, and there were peoples who weren't around, weren't there, like some of his disciples. Woo! So forgive them. Who? For they know not what they do. Is that the scribes and the Pharisees and the Romans and all these different peoples? And some of the people that people want to call the children of Jacob that deserted God and the covenant that they have and they grew with, and the sons of Moses, the children of Moses, the family of Moses, the family of Aaron, the family of Yusuf, Joseph. I mean, wow, dangerous stuff, steep. That's why it's important to not try to decipher King James and these European things and work with what is ours. To be punished for following someone else. It's a sad thing. And then you're going to tell the Almighty, no, it wasn't me, as a shaggy. It wasn't me. They indoctrinated me, and I followed them. And he says, have you not got your own mind? Did I not give your soul? You know, that soul, that spirit, should you not try to connect that with the ultimate creator? Yeah. I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. Someone is talking, is speaking, and I've said that. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. Not some truth, all. He, not it, not the Spirit. He will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself. Here, for he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear. Then shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine and shall show it unto you. There's so much he's there, there's no spirit, there's no spooks, there's no mysticism. See? So pastor now would take you on some kind of highfalutin, conjuring up and bounce around and go and get some verses from Ezekiel. Yeah? And come back. And just to dampen your brain, it goes into Revelation and put a spanner in the works. And now you have fear in your system. And then it comes back into howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, and it comes right there and amplify that for 5 minutes or so. And don't move. It keeps going back and forth. When he, the Spirit of truth. Because he doesn't want you to see that there's a masculine gender here. He wants you to see that there's some form of angelic, some distorted picture they're painting. We are saying, and Barabbas have said, and Bartholomew have said, and James have said, this is Muhammad, Ahmed. Without a doubt. Because he bought something. Because something was given unto him to bring to the earth, to mankind. Not to a nation, not to a tribe, not to a community, to the earth. But most importantly, he glorified Isa alayhi salam and Yahya and Mary and Zachariah and Abraham alayhi salam and Yusuf. He backed them all up. Where's this angelic highfalutin thing that the pastor's been preaching to you all? Where's their credentials? There's none. There's none. Principle them have to find a way of getting the people them into the not the chat box. Them need for come on, phone in and have some conversation, because some people out there, right, when them check it, it mesmerized them, but at the same time them say, wait, where the backside get that from? You see? That's because the pastor never taught. You know, pastor never taught. Now listen this. It show you how lethal principle is. Just listen this. What happened to the thing? Yeah. Listen every word.
Though the journey seems so long, yeah, we know this battle must be won. Yeah.
sometimes they treat us wrong. Yeah. By faith we know we'll be strong. Yeah. 'Cause when the saints go marching, my brothers and my sisters will be there. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause soon the road will call up yonder. And I know the time is near. Yeah. Just gone to prepare a place wherever he is, then we may be. Once we live our lives for him, yeah, yeah, then I know he'll let us in. So though the journey seems so long, yeah, we know this battle must be won. And though they've treated us so wrong, oh, by faith we know we'll be strong. Oh, yeah. On the troubles of the world, yes. In time will be no more. No more. There'll be no problems in the life. 'Cause I know God will make things right. Yes, yeah. And if the blind can see, oh, and we should find the salvation free. And if the deaf could hear, oh, then he will find true liberty. Though the journey seems so long, yeah, we know this battle must be won. And though they've treated us so wrong, yeah, with God's faith we will be strong. When the saints go marching, brothers and sisters will be there. Oh, yeah. And soon the road will call up yonder. And those who are worthy will hear. Yes,
That's the mighty Luciano, as you don't know already. Principal man. Lyrics, you know.
Yeah. Oh, my people came to see the world is in a tragedy. It is written in the prophecy, yeah. Long time Rasta said it would be dread. Now the chains are in your head. The diseases start to spread, yeah. Seems there is no end in sight. They do the wrong and not the right. Every little thing they want to.
Things and times. Things and times. Channel of enlightenment. You're in tune to Things and Times with Mr. Best.
Yeah. Oh, my people came to see
Rasta
It
Judah
is written
Escanda
in the
Tafari.
prophecy, yeah.
Praises.
Long time Rasta said it would be dread. Now the chains are in your head. The diseases start to spread, yeah. Seems there is no end in sight. They do the wrong and not the right. Every little thing they want to fight. This was not the way Jah planned, no. He made us with divine right. Every man
Big up Black Chat.
is equal in his sight, yes.
Yes.
Why
Black
can't
Chat
ultimate
family.
it be
Big up.
the right? No. When will you open your eyes? See the devil is in great disguise. Be too late when you realize. Jah is not the author of confusion.
Could
He
never
said
be.
you all should learn a lesson.
True, true.
Equality and justice, no compromise. No. To divide and rule is insanity. People need to know their history.
Teach.
It's a crime against humanity.
Teach.
This was not the way Jah planned. No.
Yo, Best FM. We want one man. Link we. Because we are come. You understand me? And all them people there who run up the mouth and put things out there now, I try hustle some money out of reggae music. Are you some man them? Why you support them kind of useless program? Come on, man. Seriously. Long time we supposed to do so many things. From we there grew up now with Sir Lord Power. You know, say we have book already. Long time. Sir Lord Power, Archway Central Hall, Black House. You understand? All about what? Reggae music. You know how much ITV and all them people they do upon reggae music. You understand? And them disturb we till them pull the rug from underneath we foot. You understand? And then them take our children and make them into bottom run. And when I'm nobody I sit down and recognize that, you know. And then to somewhere them come and run across Europe and get us very people that despise us, flavor and disregarded our own kind. Come on, man. Later for that nonsense. Judah to Estanda to Far Eye. Rastafari. Land of confusion. Yes, tomorrow we range it out a little more. You understand? Because the way principle set the thing, you know, it's set. You can't just go and do things because everything is well choreographed.
Jah love I and I. Jah love everyone.
See, when me there youth now, you understand? And I build preamp and everything. And them tune them we are spinning, them tune they we receive from where? Not Dynamics, man. You understand? Receive from Pat Chin and our husband. You understand? Randy's.
Jah love I and I. Jah love.
Set a maestro, I know, say, you know, they have some versions, you know what I mean?
Jah love I and I.
Set a printos.
Jah love
Exclusive.
everyone.
Mr. Smart.
Jah love everyone. Jah love I and I. Don't care what clothes you wear. Don't care if you're a naughty dread. Jah check for I and I. And if you love Jah, you will never die.
See it? First you have to love him, God Almighty, you know. Yeah, joke with the thing.
Slowly, slowly, it's slowly but it's surely. Take your time, take your time. It's slowly but it's surely. The road may be rough, the going may be tough. It's slowly but it's surely. Try it, my brothers. Try it alone. We got to struggle in this time. Take your time. Don't commit no crime. 'Cause Jah is watching you.
And the African Herald did build Sir Lloyd Poor, and Sir Lloyd Poor amps them, and him speak and everything. Broke glass, broke what glass, broke, what them call it, wine glass, you understand, decibel, you know, yeah, joke, man. Sir Lloyd Poor, Archway Central Lord, well, the time was about 1974, yeah, something about there. So we are send this request, a big request to a man called Birch, man called James, man called Rasta Johnny. Yeah, joke, man, serious thing, guidance.
Yes, we all around. You're feeling to yourself, you've got all the money. That's why you won't come tell me you are better than me.
And that them go on with, them have money and them drive a popular car and all kind of nonsense. And then take girl them and take off all them clothes and parade them. Nonsense. We not deal with that, man. We love with people too much and we love with family. You understand? We love with family. And we love with mothers. You're a joke, man. Yes, you must love our selector, man. Charles, that screw up your face and I go on like, love him. Best FM, I tell you now. Link us, man, link us. You know what I mean? Because things are going big for we and we're going to go on with you too. Because you name Best FM, you don't name that. I name Best. Legal. I got disturbing every week, man, because we need it. Publicity. Yo, and go up there and help the Maroons, them, man. Make some people, them, you understand? Interview. Find out what the police, them, what the government, Yeah? And the what? What you call that man there? The big man. You understand? That support the queen, work for the queen. We are doing maroon. So you disturb them for. Eh? We are disturb them for. You want just kill out the youth them. You want to take them land from them. Why? Yeah? Why you never sell to Chinese, now you want to take for yourself. You understand? What is that all about? Come on, Best FM. Come show us what's happening, mate. You understand? Miguel Lan, talk some sensibility, man. Stop kick on Muslims. We can defend ourselves, represent ourselves. Come on.
We all around. Yes, we all around.
An international thing, you know. London and Jamaica, come on, man. Two new stations. Seen?
We all around.
The publicity good.
Yes, we all around. You're feeling to yourself, you've got all the money. That's why you won't come tell me you are better than me.
You know something also, in Tubby's studio, you see, before all these guys come in, the jammies and the scientists and the jammies, right? There were Pat Kelly, see? And there were Sylvan Morris. You understand? Sylvan Morris, you know. Okay. See? And Pat Kelly. Before all them other people them coming at Tubby's studio. And most of the greater proportion of tune them, rhythms them, albums and overdubbing and voicing were done by those two individuals. Then after that, right, you had scientists, right? Scientists learn a whole heap from those two, Sylvan Morris and Pat Kelly. You understand? Okay. Some people are get a whole heap of different stories, you know, because they want to big up themselves. But then you ask them, what is the rhythm that they mix? What group did they mix or engineer? See? Them stuck right there. What group did they engineer? And just to qualify all that, you just ask them, what was the journey of Augustus Pablo into Tubby's, if you want to talk?
Little girl, be careful.
Guidance.
The night is dark and scary. You need someone to guide you along the way. Evil lurks in the dark, in any place you might walk. But if we could walk and talk and holding hands together, then maybe we could be friends, and all of your fear would end. Little girl.
And Silver Morris also mixed with Cox and that. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Second for me, second for me, second for me, girl. Second, you see, oh yeah. Second for me, girl. Second for me. True, you know me no have a bag of money. Second for me, girl. Second for me. You're gone with Dick, Tom, and Harry. Next week you come in saying that you're sorry. But I'm gonna listen to your story. I said, second for me, girl, second for me. True, you know me, no, I'm no money. Whoa, girl,
Artist.
whoa, yeah, second for me. Some like it hot, some like it cold, but we even love it when we belly a roll.
Selectors.
Whoa, girl,
Conscious.
can't you see?
Artist.
Next week we gonna ram dance party, so you know that we fit and arty. Second for me, girl, second for me. True, you know me no have a bag of money. Second for me, girl, second for me. But I'm still gonna listen to your story. Just trust me. Just trust me.
I feel we still got talent below it.
Here we go!
Ah, yeah. Ah, we. Ah,
You see, when we tickle one artist, we can't just bow out, you know. Our artists, you understand, we work with, you understand, and promotion, we are promote. We just don't jump out and pluck. Yeah. Guidance, for real. Artists, watch it.
some are talk about friend,
Eh.
but not just none of them.
True, true.
Some are talk about you and them article, but
Serious.
some too hypocritical.
Teach.
Who the chat with better wear it,
Yes.
cause we no response,
True.
we no partial, and we no take back no chat.
True, true.
I am a man with a lot of ambition, and that's a fact. Me no deal with them with no low mind chat.
True.
Me no deal with them, no.
Artists.
Me no deal with that, see. So some are talk about friend, but not just none of them. Some are talk about you and them article, but some too hypocritical. Some when them see your potential, them come with bad intention. I stand that it'll kill them, and your mind it no low like them, no. Oh no, no, I wait. Also, and class, a lot of them get jealous when you're in a top class.
And that's the fact, you know. Them just get jealous. So we are going on. Ranger, you think so we forgot you, man. Cha. It's probably about 50 pence a second, you know.
Yo, Hey, Jam, you're snapping that shot there. Watch it. You want anything?
Is a hot pepper sauce we need in our bubble?
Yo, distance enough.
Saying, forward now. Yo!
Who that a call?
In them time, me really have to ask.
Sure, you bright and nasty no wrong. Cover your mouth and go find a mask.
What? Again, give me way, make me pass.
Shopkeeper, don't make a deal with me fast. Only thing me want is me hot pepper sauce.
And a whistler, yo, see the money ya boss. In this time, me really can't take this. Distance social laws, them not practice.
Now shake the hand, not even knock fist. Because we don't want end up on them flat list.
Me no want nobody round me will look half and spit. Anytime you see them boy, they look half sick.
And sanitizer, sell them rush and buy it. And when them did that do before the pandemic.
Slug practice turn into real bad habit. And so me get from us and them a real nasty.
Shut your mouth, we don't want no germs in this.
We want stay far from the pharmacist.
Who that a call?
In them time, me really have to ask.
Sure, you bright and nasty no wrong. Cover your mouth and go find a mask.
What? Again, give me way, make me pass.
Shopkeeper, don't make you deal with me fast. Only thing me want is me hot pepper sauce.
And a whistler, yo, see the money ya boss.
Me hear a man sneeze, me freeze, get weak in me knees. But you me hear that flu, ya Chinese.
Acknowledge, believe. Me don't want catch no cold nor flow. Before me touch you road, me set my eye tall, bro.
Every day me boost me immune system. Me some of the rub figure blend my thing. Good life,
Longevity.
health is wealthy, good prosperity. Who that a call?
In them time, me really have to ask.
Sure, you bright and nasty no wrong. Cover your mouth and go find a mask.
What? Again, give me way, make me pass.
Shopkeeper, don't make you deal with me fast. Only thing me want is me hot pepper sauce.
And a whistler, yo, see the money ya
Me no
boss.
need to sing no song, fit wash no hand.
No need no one to tell me.
Come me be in a that for me was a little youth and me have the antivirus.
Say
So
them a vegan, me ital. Fittest of the fittest survival.
enough of them a move suicidal. Consume the wrong and worship idol. Like wave in a sea life tidal. Things get out of hand, start spiral.
Cleanliness, godliness, we know that's vital.
Hashtag repost, make this tune viral. And that's final.
Who that a call?
In them time, me really have to ask.
Sure, you bright and nasty no wrong. Cover your mouth and go find a mask.
What? Again, give me way, make me pass.
Shopkeeper, don't make you deal with me fast. Only thing me want is me hot pepper sauce.
And a whistler, yo, see the money ya boss.
Who that a call?
In them time, me really have to ask.
Sure, you bright and nasty no wrong. Cover your mouth and go find a mask.
What? Again, give me way, make me pass.
Shopkeeper, don't make you deal with me fast. Only thing me want is me hot pepper sauce.
And a whistler, yo, see the money ya boss.
Yes, the man there I make a move, you know, so we have to support them. You understand? Popular. Yeah. Gone. Yeah, me not make no enemy with Best FM, you know. My name is Best. We not bar it, you understand? But we like the programs, them. You understand? Seriously. And you're new and we new. You understand? So we must buck up. Yeah. Put things right. You understand? Advertise me. I advertise you. Over here. You don't need me, but I need you. Yes.
Tell me where
over there. You. Hey, you, so.